Hey Geek, so I'm just logging into Steam and my download is queued. There was an update or something, and then I'm getting this content servers unreachable. And I have really fast internet. It's about a gig or more. Now it's downloading again, but I just want to do a little rant. I'll probably do this a lot because I am not a fan of modern gaming, specifically these AAA whatever games. They're absolute trash. And some of you out there might really disagree with me strongly in that, but for me, I think it's just absolute trash. I mean, the whole idea of gaming, I mean, I grew up with gaming since Atari days. And so I've seen gaming since the beginning, at least mainstream gaming. I don't think there's anything mainstream before Atari. Maybe you had a big computer in your house the size of a room and you were playing Pong or something like that. Who knows? But anyways, back then, gaming was really simple. The games were done, they were complete, and you don't have a situation like this where you have to download 60 gigs of updates. And a lot of times, whenever you buy a game day one, you have to download a patch, which is even more. And if you have slow internet, forget about it. It's probably going to be days if you finish. And then for some games, and this is becoming more and more of a thing, like for example, anybody who plays Doom Eternal right here, whenever you try to play the game, even if you have it downloaded, right, you have to actually have a Bethesda.net account to actually play the game. And the same thing with other games like, I purchased Far Cry 5, but whenever I download it and installed it, when I boot it up, I had to create a Ubisoft account. And so why is that a problem? Well, the problem is even if you have it downloaded, you can't play the game without getting permission or having an account with these companies. And let me tell you, they're tracking all these things. And so at the end of the day, they have control over your gaming experience, complete control. Even if you were to buy the physical copy, right, which is becoming more and more rare, you still almost always have to download something or connect with their servers in some way. And even though I think a lot of people love Steam, and I still think it is the best, storefront for digital games, it's still not, to me, the best way. I mean, to me, the best way, and I know this sounds really old, is to have the physical game that is done, complete, and you can play it. And for something like this, where I just wanted to, play a game that I enjoy, I first have to download it. Then I have to log in with the Bethesda account. And then whenever they have updates to their terms of service, which they can change at any time, they could actually remove features that you paid for or put them behind a paywall or whatever the case might be. Or worst case, if for some reason you violate Steam or whatever these companies' accounts terms of service, like they could change at any time, they could prevent you from getting access to the games that you bought. All of these things absolutely make me just really hate modern gaming. And I say specifically these AAA bigger games because there's still a lot of amazing indie games out there. And I think for people who love modern games, but also people like me who's old school, love arcade retro gaming, I think the indie modern games are where it's at. They provide an amazing experience. I think a lot of the indie games I played, I really enjoyed. Of course, there's also crappy ones as well, but you know what? There's more, I would say, really good indie games that actually just give you the games you could play for the most part versus these big titles, which I absolutely really hate. I mean, that's why I really rarely go in and play these modern games. And even if they are on sale or whatever, $9, $10, the fact of the matter is, I still don't control these games. I mean, like I said, even if you have the physical copy, you still are tied to their ecosystem, their business somehow, and I absolutely hate it. And so for me, I'm probably going to rant about this anytime I try to play a modern game, which I rarely do, and I'm going to stick to my arcade, retro gaming, emulation, and my physical games as well, because at least with that, I own it, or I own it as much as I can. I control it, and as long as the hardware that I have still works, I could play it as much as I want without asking for permission, without having things change, and without waiting for a 60 gig download patch and still having to log in. So anyway, that is my rant today on why modern games is still trash, and I'll probably keep making this. And for anybody who says, well, stop playing modern games, well, yeah, you're right. If I rant about it, I shouldn't play them. But at the same time, I'm a gamer. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to rant away because this is money that I've spent. And I think for anybody who is a gamer out there, you're spending your hard-earned money. I think you deserve better. And that's where we can actually control as much as possible these companies. They keep treating us like trash. Well, I'm not going to spend money with them anymore. Anyways, that's my modern gaming rant today. If you had any thoughts or your own rants, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And I'll see you on another episode.